सो हाय गाइस, आज का जो टॉपिक है वो फर्स्ट टाइम हमारी लाइफ पे हो रहा है कि हम बात करने वाले हैं कि हम आज के कर्मों की बात करते हैं। हमारी इस लाइफ के कर्मों के बारे में बहुत बात करते हैं, पर हमने कभी ये नहीं सोचा कि जो हमारे इनिशियल ईयर्स होते हैं या पास्ट का इफेक्ट होता है, क्या पास्ट लाइफ होती भी है, अगर होती है तो क्या, कैसे पता चल सकता है या क्या है, हमने कभी जाना नहीं है। सो आज जो रेशमा मैम है, शी इज लिटरली गोइंग टू टेक अस कि एग्जैक्टली जो पास्ट लाइफ क्या होता है, कैसे उसका असर होता है, एंड इट्स अ न्यू थिंग्स फॉर मी एज वेल। मैंने एक बार कराया है रेशमा मैम से, बट लेट्स गो डीप डाइव कि एग्जैक्टली क्या प्रोसेस होता है इस चीज में, जिसपे आपका पास्ट लाइफ का इफेक्ट कैसे आ रहा है आपकी इस लाइफ में। सो वेलकम रेशमा मैम।
Hi.
तो
Just wanted to start off saying that I'm more comfortable in English and I hope that's okay.
yeah, it
Yeah?
works, it
Yeah.
works, yes.
Okay. All
So
right.
yes.
Yeah.
So before starting, let's start the base. Exactly what is past life and how we can know that we have any certain past life before.
So, one, that belief in past life, right, comes from multiple things, right? So, for example, unless people believe in reincarnation, तो past life believe करने में थोड़ा
Hmm.
दिक्कत होगा, right? Like people have that challenge with understanding past life. But I think it comes with that belief that, you know what, there are some people who just, even if it's the first time I'm meeting them, it feels like I have some connection. I just know that there was something. Yeah, if you go somewhere, koi jagah gaya, and then you feel that, okay, I somehow feel like I've been here before. Or you just feel this calling to go to certain places, to visit certain places. And there are gifts that you have that you did not build this lifetime, but they just feel very natural, right? And or also fears that feel very weird, like there is no base for this fear in this particular lifetime. So all of these are reasons, ways that you can believe in that, okay, we could have had different lives that, that could be affecting us, that we've taken in, and our mind, our subconscious mind kind of remembers, our soul remembers all of those lifetimes basically. Even if consciously we don't remember, there are these small indications that help us believe in that. So past lives is basically the all of the lives that your soul has had, has kept taking multiple lives
Right,
to go through different experiences uska, for its own soul expansion journey. Think of it like that,
right,
you take life because the soul wants to learn something, wants to go through experiences and have that human, non-human experience, etc., whatever that be, to learn something, to grow through
right,
it. So
right.
all of that is what is past life and stuff. Access, there are multiple ways that you can access past life experiences. But yeah, but that's the basic idea of starting with understanding that past life hote hain. If you would like to believe, then you start with the curiosity, basically, I
Right.
would say.
So as you said it, there are certain ways to find out कि मतलब हमारा past life है खुद से, like
Hmm.
some unsaid things like you said. तो what can be more, like इससे हमको basic idea we have कि ऐसा होता है, तो this can be something from past life. So if you can give us some signs around this.
So there are no like very specific ways to find out कि ये past life के वजह से हो सकता है. You can look for it. But what I've noticed is, let's say in our initial healing journey, most of the time when there's so much that we just starting on our healing journey, a lot of it is this particular
Right.
lifetime's work.
True.
It's mostly the experiences that we've had in our own the past of this particular life that usually come into play here
Right.
most of the time. And usko heal kiya, like you've been working on healing all of that,
Right.
but there's something still feels like, there's still something stuck. I've worked on healing a lot of it, and then you can definitely check into it. It's not like, kuch bhi ho to it is automatically maybe an indication of something in the past life,
Right.
right? So one thing I would say, that a lot of the healing that we need in our initial stages of healing journey is mostly this lifetime related.
Right.
वो सब जब कर लिया, once you've done all of that, and you still are still stuck somewhere, there is something, some fear, some block that you're not able to even identify where is this coming from. It's not ancestral, it's not generational, and it's not your inner child work, or it's not anything that is coming from this particular lifetime, right? Then you can definitely try to look into past lives and see the connection if there is anything from that particular perspective.
Right. But like this is something we have to go with the help of healer. Okay, healer will take us
Yeah.
to the the past life. But let's say when we need to know, like in a very normal way, like वो एक deja vu होता है कि we see something and we like I have been there, I have seen this person before. So some sort of sign we have कि we know कि अच्छा ये past life का हो सकता है, something like that.
I'm not that much of an expert in past life to give you all of this,
Oh.
right? Like I work with past lives basically through the Akashic records or through channeling or through other deeper forms of meditation. So आप जैसे बोल रहे थे, there are ways to access past life information. Like you said, you take the help of somebody who's a past life regression therapist. So that person can take you through to understand what past life is maybe coming up उस time पे for whatever issues that you need help with, or through hypnosis as well. So hypnotist expert also can take you through different lifetimes to understand what kuch mil sakta hai. Either it is not just always problems, it could also be to tap into the gifts that you had in different lifetimes. So to tap into certain gifts, talents, abilities, for that also this can be used. So
हाँ.
or it could be done like I was telling with the Akashic records, because Akashic records has like all of your soul records, your entire soul records. So you'll be able to access and find out what could be affecting any particular past life is affecting. Or it could be done by yourself through channeling, through meditation, through working with the
Mm-hmm.
subconscious, right? So these are other ways. It's just that that will need a lot more practice and all of this. Either you get someone's help or you can do this by yourself. But indication, signs, and all of that, honestly, I'm not too much into
Mm-hmm.
all of those things. I feel that more naturally you just realize certain things. I'm more from that perspective. And if you're looking for indications, it could be, you're just being shown some sign synchronicities all around
True, true.
coincidences. To look into something like this, बहुत सुन रहे हो, तो maybe there's something there. You go where curiosity leads you, I feel.
राइट, आई टेल यू, मुझे ना पास्ट लाइफ से बहुत डर लगता था बिकॉज आई फील लाइक कि क्यों पास्ट में जाना इफ समथिंग इज इन प्रेजेंट. बट देन समवन वाज लाइक कि व्हाई मे बी योर ट्रॉमास अराउंड पास्ट लाइफ, बिकॉज व्हेन यू
Hmm.
fear around you have fear around something, this is there for you. So I have heard this, and then I took from you one session from you, and then the question was कि connections are there. So like how do we know that how much effect can be there of past life?
Hmm.
कि we need to find out how much effect is there of past life, और हर किसी का वेरी करता है. बट
Yeah.
कितना आपने जो केसेस देखे हैं, जो आपने क्लाइंट्स लिए उस पे हाउ मेनी टाइम में फेल्ट है बहुत इफेक्ट आता है पास्ट लाइफ का या बहुत मिनिमल होता है?
Actually, it can, like I said, it can be varying, and for different issues, situation पे differ करता है. So some things are a lot more deeper than it is required. So one issue, whether physical, emotional, mental, financial issue could have much more deeper layers. Yeah, it could be something a lot more simpler. So for example, deeper जब होता है when मल्टीपल लाइफ टाइम्स में दिस हैज बीन हैपनिंग रिपीटेडली, तो वो पैटर्न कभी ब्रेक नहीं हुआ है.
हाँ.
सो व्हेन द पैटर्न कभी फिक्स नहीं हुआ, हील नहीं हुआ, व्हेन दैट हैज नेवर बीन ब्रोकन एंड वर्कड ऑन, तो दैट कीप्स collecting, accumulating, and that just keeps getting deeper and deeper. So then thoda extra effort, you'll have to put into working, so the impact is a lot more.
Right.
But again, at the same time, how much are you going to see the impact of it also is depending on what are you experiencing in your day-to-day life,
Right.
what is your journey in this lifetime also
Right.
matters. So let's say if that is something that you're meant to work on, तो वो बार बार आता रहेगा. So one way to find out is repeated patterns that you keep stuck in, वो जो loop में हम लोग फंस जाते हैं. So all of these are indications that something is there here. So I
Right.
feel that patterns, loops that we get stuck in, we can't seem to move out. Life is not changing how much ever you try to change. These are all indications that something seems to be the issue here. When you've exhausted everything, सब कुछ try कर लिया, everything is there, then maybe you can always look into what could be a deeper issue in other avenues.
Right, right. So it means like it's about maybe about coming to the consciousness ki if this is of this life or certain of past life. But I think that demands a lot of deeper work because when we
Yes,
are starting our own this life journey, it take you years to understand your patterns, your come in the awareness. So
exactly.
it's like anything you would like to share with the audience कि वो क्या apply कर सकते हैं if they're initially into the healing journey
Mm,
or are there the advanced journey, like two different categories we have.
absolutely. So I always say that, when you're initially in the spiritual healing journey, starting somewhere simple, and even if it is by yourself or learning from somewhere, starting very simple. Even journaling is a very simple
Yeah,
practice. People overlook journaling, but it can have such impact on understanding what you were talking about, patterns,
yeah,
understanding where we are stuck. ये सब पता चलता है when we actually take it out of our head and actually put it into writing,
yeah,
right? And doing it from a pure non-judgmental perspective. Because a lot of the times people don't want to do it because they're scared of what is going to come up, and then they obviously already judging themselves for
mm,
what and all is in there in the head. So journaling is honestly one of the most simplest practices that I can recommend, that anyone can do, because it's pen to paper. Itna hi hai. And once you start writing, you start understanding all of the challenges. Sometimes a lot of things can get fixed even by just doing
yeah,
this basic thing.
right.
And then there are more spiritual practices like visualization help karta hai kabhi kabhi. Gratitude also I feel is a very simple but such an effective practice. For example, I've been working with people, in different layers or levels of their growth. But I can tell you that gratitude people overlook, just like journaling. Sometimes the simplest practices make a huge difference. So when you learn to actually be grateful, that again changes things for you. It helps you also work whatever you're uncovering, to be grateful for even all of the stuff that you've gone through.
Right.
So that kind of goes hand in hand. Visualization obviously, but it's a skill to master that people need. Meditation both ho sakti ho, but not everyone can meditate. When the mind is chaotic, it's difficult to sit and
True.
meditate. So there are these things, but other than that, इसके level पे और deep मिलते, it becomes more spiritual practices that we use, right? Whether it is emotional healing techniques that you use, or whether it is the subconscious mind rewiring tools that you use, right? All of there are different ways that you can go about it. Healing modalities तो बहुत सारे हैं.
True.
But I think even just starting with the basic, like I was gratitude, journaling, these are, I feel, beginner points for anybody to start. And then eventually go where you're feeling. Reading, अभी तो content तो
Mm,
भरा पड़ा है
mm,
online for
true.
every single thing. So finding the right kind of person to learn from, where you feel connected with the person, because I think that is also very important,
True.
because that mindset also you start imbibing, and then learning from people, understanding the different things. See, I always have this thing: the teacher appears when the student
Uh,
is ready. So
correct.
being aware, right? Another thing I think, which is I feel key, is awareness and intention setting. Even if you are don't know, setting intention is like you telling the universe, show me the way. So
Right.
when I set the intention, show me how I can get started on my healing journey, the signs will start showing up for you, and then being aware. So intention and awareness can also help a lot. इसके साथ आप journaling and gratitude combine करोगे, तो this itself is a very good full practice for anybody to kickstart and actually keep going on their spiritual journey. So
Right.
I feel these are great.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is amazing. I think, as you said, कि gratitude, journaling are the basic thing to start with. And but I have this personal thought, like I literally believe in intention setting. कैसा लगता है
Yeah.
कुछ मत करो, but intention setting सीख लो.
Yeah.
It's going to work for you. But there are times when
Absolutely.
it going doubt, self doubt. कि क्या वो सच में काम भी कर रहा है, like मेरे लिए आई नो वो वर्क करता है. I've always seen if I've said something वो वर्क किया है, भले कुछ टाइम लेकर, and time is again a human thing, not a divine
Exactly.
thing. So, but then this question is कि how to have build this faith कि I know कि वो work करेगा, but more faith, like वो जो fear create हो रहा है उसको हटा सकते हैं. And secondly कि how I can make my intentions more powerful, कि मुझे
Hmm.
पता है कि मैंने बोला है वो होने वाला है.
So, slight difference, right? Manifestation versus intention setting, right?
Hmm.
Intention setting is not manifesting.
Ah,
Intention setting is to ensure that things come. So, manifesting is more like getting
yeah,
things done. Like, I
right.
want this. So, there's a fine difference between the two. So, intention setting, I will actually go about it in a different way. Intention setting is actually from a subconscious mind perspective that actually trains your mind to pay attention. The red car concept,
Ah,
there's this
ah,
theory of red car. So when you decide to buy a red car, and then everywhere you start seeing red cars. पहले भी था, it's just that you don't notice. Or someone suddenly becomes pregnant, and everywhere they start noticing pregnant women everywhere.
hmm,
So it's basically you're telling your mind to focus on something.
Right.
So that is also a way of intention setting. So intention setting kya kar raha hai? It's letting your mind focus on what you need to see, because a lot of information is always available to us
Mm.
24 cross 7,
Right.
but our mind chooses to filter and show us only what we want to see. So intention setting is telling our mind, show me these things because you are filtering all of this out.
Right.
Show me these things because signs are always there, the universe is always there, but when you set an intention, it your mind is actually showing you. So you don't even need to go to believing in intention setting. You know that your mind is doing the work. This is you telling your mind, focus on the red card, focus on this, focus on that. So when
Wow.
you set intentions, you're telling your mind to do this thing, basically. Focus on that. So for example, and I also, intention, powerful intention setting, but I always focus on simple intention setting. Set the intention sometimes and leave them also. Because, a lot of the things your mind will take care of itself. If you start understanding how to work with your subconscious
Right.
mind, embedding suggestions, embedding intentions can do the job for you, because unconsciously it does a lot of things.
Mm.
Unconscious things manifest as well. So when you're like not scared of something, asking for something, but you underlying you are not feeling right about it, so then you are always scared of the wrong things being, coming into place, because wo hai that conscious unconscious alignment nahi jab hota hai, so you are going to be manifesting
Yeah.
unconscious things. So
Right.
unconsciously, if you're worried about the wrong things and bad things happening, that is going to happen as well. Which is
Right.
why I said there's a difference between intention setting and manifestation. So whatever you're manifesting, not manifesting, on the other hand, intention setting is you telling your mind and telling the universe to show me what I need to be, what I need to see. Setting an intention to see how I can learn to be more, learn to look for a more abundant mindset, or show how I can be more mindful in the things that I am doing, or show me ways in which I can work through this certain aspect of my life.
Wow.
Setting those kind of
Mm.
intentions. Fear comes from also thinking that, what if it is wrong? What if I'm setting the wrong intentions? I feel, or what if I'm asking for the wrong thing? See, there is no right or wrong.
Mm.
There is no right or wrong at any given point of time, which is what scares us a lot of the time with decisions and all of these things. So, क्या मैंने intention set करे तो बहुत एकदम perfectly word करके, be very perfect. It's not about that, because it's not what exactly the words you're saying. It's what you're telling yourself that
Right.
matters. It's that thought that matters. It's that actual intention that counts than just the
Mm.
words, right? It's all of it together. कुछ बोल रहे हो और कुछ और सोच रहे हो तो then it's mismatch.
Mm. Right. 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 Wow.
Right, that's already there. So it's not just getting right. It's not about what is right or wrong. Know that whatever you're meant to experience, you will experience. Good, bad, it's all a part of
Right.
life. Which means
Wow.
there are no good or bad decisions either.
So, like as you said, that what I am understanding is that you create intention to develop your mindset for attracting manifestation. Ki, for example, like show me the abundant mindset because I'm ready to attract, manifest the abundance, but उसके लिए intention वो
Yeah,
चाहिए पड़ेगी कि वो देखने के लिए भी आप ready हो.
absolutely. You want to manifest abundance in one, two, three, four ways. Set the intention to look for things that make you feel more abundant in the present as well.
Wow.
Look for ways which you can already attract that abundance into your
Right.
life.
Right.
So जो already हम notice नहीं कर रहे, you will start seeing abundance in your life. See, the feeling is the thing, right? Abundance is the way you feel about something, and the more you feel, the more you attract into your life, which is manifestation,
Right,
basically.
right, right. Wow. Yeah, this make a lot sense to me now. कि क्या है? I was like, okay, put the intention कि if I am doing this, this will come into my life or something will come into my mind, and then it didn't happen, and I was like, हो ही नहीं रहा है. मतलब sometimes it happen, but sometimes it work out, but sometimes नहीं होता है. So it bring a lot of doubt in me कि पता नहीं सही नहीं किया. But now this is making a lot of sense to me. So perfect. Like for example, let's start with your journey. कि tell us how did you got into all this, like into the past
Yeah.
life, Akashic records.
So, past life Akashic records is like I feel more on part of my journey. But I also began with the same thing. I was stuck in the same pattern. I was stuck in a loop. मैंने सब कुछ try कर लिया था, but I realized that something was still missing. There was something that I was not still aware of, and I needed to understand. That got me onto my spiritual journey, and it was like a rabbit hole. जैसे it just kept going. Along the way, I learned energetics. I learned more about spirituality. I learned about subconscious mind
Mm.
work, and everything in between human design and all of that. And eventually, I also knew that Akashic Records was something, and past life was something that I want to get to, as a part of my journey. And since I kind of started channeling much earlier, past life and Akashic is nothing but, in a way, kind of channeling. To both are, in a way, channeling things only. So I knew I wanted to learn all of those as well as a part of the journey, because that fascination, that curiosity. I like I say, if you keep going with whatever fascinates you and whatever excites you, you kind of enjoy end up doing it eventually. So that's how I ended up with both Akashic records and past life. I initially wanted to dive learn in past life regression बहुत deep में, but I stopped midway and realized that Akashic records say ही I can access past
Right.
life, and I also already know hypnosis through which I can access past life. So I didn't go much deep into past life because I was able to do this easily through hypnosis and through Akashic records. So that was my last year, tapping into
Okay.
both these particular aspects,
Wow.
basically.
So I have seen it on your Instagram with something called human design. So can you
Yeah.
give us a glimpse of what is human design basically?
So human design is like a system of multiple tools that have been like put together, and it talks about like this is how you were designed. Every person is unique, every soul is unique. So based on astrology, based on chakra system, based on I Ching, Kabbalah, and quantum physics. So it's a combination of five different modalities, and it's a tool that has been created.
Okay.
So human design literally tells you that this is how you were designed. Basically, this is like your blueprint,
Right.
right? And honestly, with 2 years of teaching, talking about human design and all of this, I can tell you that people always feel like, oh my God, this makes so much sense. Why I am this way? Because Hamesha we have this problem that I don't feel I'm not able to do what others are doing, or you're constantly comparing and feeling like I'm not able to do the thing that society tells is right, and this and that, and why am I like this? But human design tells you that that is how you were designed. So,
Wow.
people feel a lot more clarity about who they actually are and how they're supposed to be. And I feel that's the most beautiful part of human design. It's a beautiful tool to get to know yourself, how you were designed to be. It also helps with healing, because once you understand that this is your design, then you realize that बाकी सब तो conditioning है, बाकी सब तो we took on all of this from society, family, friends.
Right.
So all of this is not me. You start understanding and start healing and letting go of all of those parts. So human design is a great tool to understand yourself, become who you are meant to be, basically. Because उससे क्या होगा? You heal, you grow, you're tapping into your strengths, and then you are living an aligned life based on how you were designed.
Wow.
And that's going to bring in everything that you're meant to
Wow.
receive, basically, in your life.
That's
So that's human design in a gist.
so it seems so beautiful, but it's like कि ये हर इंसान के लिए अलग अलग है, मतलब वो
Yes.
टॉपिक वही है, मॉड्यूल वही है, बट वो अपनी एनर्जी और अपने लाइफ को खुद से टैप इन करेंगे कि वो एग्जैक्टली दे हैव गॉन थ्रू और वो क्या करने वाले हैं.
It is not like it is not exactly astrology, but it's like past, present, future nahi hai. It's like a blueprint. So it tells you that this is how you are. This is your energy. This is
बिल्कुल.
your best
हम्म.
way to attract opportunities in your life. This is how you should make decisions. This is your strength.
वाओ.
This is how you are designed to be creative. How you get your ideas. How you should speak. It has pretty much everything that tells you how you're supposed to be in the best possible way. And once you start understanding, you realize that this is what अंदर से वही आ रहा है, but लोग कुछ और बोलते हैं because that what works for them. So that mismatch goes away. You stop feeling bad or not feeling like you are different from everyone. So you stop comparing, not guilt tripping yourself, and all of that stops, so that you can allow the person who you're meant to be to come. It's not like it's a bigger thing to learn. It's more detailed, but just even understanding your type, your basic things about human design can be massively impactful in people's lives.
दिस एक्चुअली सीम्स ब्यूटीफुल बिकॉज आई थिंक जो एक इशू आता है हम सब में, वो ये कि बाहर वाले हमें कुछ और सिखाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, बट हमारी बॉडी हमें कुछ और बोल रही
Yeah,
है. एंड देन वी स्टार्ट हीलिंग, वी रियलाइज कि हमें सब तो पता ही था पहले से ही चीजें, हमें लगता था हमारे लिए
exactly.
यही सही है. तो
Exactly.
इट्स ऑल अबाउट
Exactly.
ट्रस्टिंग योर सेल्फ और इंस्टिंक्ट्स कि हाँ ये सही है जो
Yeah,
मेरा बॉडी कह रहा है.
absolutely.
वाह, ब्यूटीफुल. So like if anyone wants to go into this part और आपके और जो process अगर आप बता सको कि what more you do, so it would be helpful
Okay.
for our audience.
So, I actually, most of the things that I do, I teach in my spiritual community, which is like a membership called Unaya. So, we've been doing this for 2 years, and it's a place where I pretty much teach everything people need to know about spirituality, mind, human design. Literally, the one place where I teach everything so people can learn and start living independently. They don't need somebody to tell them what to do. They get to learn everything, and it happens in that membership basically. So Unoya is the core offer, but I do multiple things. I'm a very creative person, and I keep coming up with multiple new things, तो कुछ ना कुछ चलता रहता है. So I do akashic readings, I do coaching sessions, I do okay, I'm not even able to remember all the things because there are so many things that I have, up and already put out
हाँ
there.
हाँ.
But the main thing that I do is, which is helping people in their soul expansion, basically on that spiritual journey. Being a guide on that spiritual journey is one of the main things, and I do it through, yeah, basically.
Wow. It's beautiful. I think we really need such people now because इतना ज़्यादा सोशल मीडिया का इफेक्ट है हमारे ऊपर कि हमें लगता है कि जो सोशल में दिख रहा है ना वही सच है उसी
Yeah,
को मान लेना चाहिए. बट देन इट्स ऑलवेज अ डिफरेंट स्टोरी दैट वी नीड टू टैप इन एंड हमें ये चाहिए समझने के लिए. तो अगर किसी को आपसे कांटेक्ट करना है तो हाउ दे कैन कांटेक्ट यू
Instagram.
फॉर द सेम.
Instagram. I'm always on Instagram. That's the best place to just come and check in. And I always love chatting with people. Just
वाह.
ping, and that's how you get started. The most basic thing. And there's a lot of free stuff that I keep creating and I've put out there. People can access all of those things. If you want to learn, this basic idea of understanding quantum leaping and all of these things, and that is also there. And then I have stuff on magic, and then a lot of different things. So like I said, I have a lot of things that I enjoy doing.
वाह. दिस इज
So
दिस इज
free stuff
ब्यूटीफुल.
and everything.
Perfect. Okay, so last question from my side. If anyone wants to ask something, they can. Otherwise, we will end. So, as a healer, as a spiritual coach, what are your rituals? Like, how do you start your day? How you end your day? What are the things you do to keep on the track or aligned with the higher self?
Oh, wow. I will tell you, I'm the most inconsistent, irregular person you will ever meet. I am not even kidding. And I feel that you don't need to be. So I'm a person who doesn't believe in having, you need to have specific rituals
You're
because
more
human
feminine
design.
in nature.
Yeah, feminine, yes, but also my human design tells me that I'm not designed to be consistent. I need to be more in flow. So, based on that, I actually still realize that I thrive with not having specific routines and rituals in my day. With the flow, I continue to go. The most, like, if the I would rather say preferred practices that I keep doing is meditation, sitting with myself, tapping into intuition, or it could be channeling, or it could be writing, right? Basic things that I enjoy doing, also subconscious mind work I love to do. My thing is, I put effort into developing skills until it becomes like a part of me.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's like based on when I need, I pick things up. So mine
Oh,
is effort until it gets effortless, is the way I go. Because when you're not a consistent person, you need to become good at it and then allow it to become a part of you. That's the best way to go about it, if you ask me.
wow.
You kind of create your own method to the madness and just keep going with the flow.
Wow, I think ये तो बहुत this is the best thing I can hear because the same issue is with me कि I don't like to do things regularly because I
Oh,
feel
I
like I have
relate.
a lot of moon effect on me. So
Yes. No
I
pressure.
don't like.
I spent years trying to be a consistent person because well, person out there, every book used to say you have to consistently, rose karna, ye karna. And I tried and I used to feel so bad about it. So honestly, one of the best things about human design was I learned I don't need to be consistent in my routines. And that was like a game changer for me.
Wow.
I decided to go with the flow, and that actually made my life so much more better. Because I'm always going where, wherever my intuition tells me, go this, go here. And that's always helped me lot more than sticking to routines.
Wow. Yeah, I think this is the beautiful thing I've ever heard. Ki make it like put the effort till it becomes effortless.
Yep.
Like the mindset you are creating, make it like so seem like it's the actual core of you. कि
Yeah, make
abundance
it a
mindset
part of
create
you.
करना. Wow, wow. This is beautiful. I think the best takeaway I ever had.
See,
Perfect.
I love that because if I say every person on the spiritual journey, you need to be consistent, that's not how people are, everyone's designed. Some people will thrive with consistent routines, but a lot of us don't also.
So
You
true.
need to do what feels right for
Yeah.
you. And when you do that, you'll actually be better.
Right. Wow,
So, yeah.
wow, this is beautiful. Okay, so any last suggestions from your side to our audience who is listening or who will be listening in future?
So mine is always this, right? Like anything when you have this inner nudge telling you to go somewhere, follow that inner nudge. वो होता है ना मतलब logically सोचने से नहीं होता है. Logically सोचने से सब कुछ you have 100 questions. But when there's constant inner nudge, listen to it. That inner nudge is taking you somewhere and it is trying to tell you something. So I think paying attention to that inner nudge, though it is a difficult thing,
हाँ,
but at least even a little bit, if you're able to pay attention to that, that can make a huge difference. You can journaling se karo, meditation se karo, just being generally mindful, in whatever that you do, to start noticing that inner nudge. What is it trying to tell you? I feel that that's the best way to connect with yourself. That's about it.
perfect. I perfect. This is beautiful because I think अभी हमें हर कोई हमें अपने अपने आइडियोलॉजी इतनी फॉलो करने के लिए हर कोई बोलता है कि वी स्टॉप लिसनिंग टू
Yeah,
आवर्स एंड वी रियली नीड टू स्टार्ट बिलीविंग कि हर इंसान की जर्नी अलग होती है तो उसके लिए क्या वर्क करेगा वो भी अलग होगा. So
absolutely.
perfect. Yes, this is amazing. So yes, we are good to end.
Yes.
So yes, thank you so much, ma'am, for joining. Because it was like a deep and best knowledge I ever had till now to follow.
I'm glad. Thank you so much for inviting me as well. I'm glad we did this.
Yes, thank you everyone for joining. Bye bye. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.